Welcome to fabulous Lake Tahoe, your local's guide to the very best of America's year-round playground. I'm Jack Durst. It's November 17th and I'm here at Heavenly Village for what's supposed to be an Occupy Lake Tahoe rally. Occupy Wall Street's goals include more jobs, more health care, fixing the political process, removing corporations from the government, reducing the political influence of the wealthy, economic justice, punishing criminals who caused the Wall Street crash, greater regulation of the banks, greater regulation of the market, taxing the wealthy to use the money for education, free speech without fear of penalty, and stopping making wars and focusing on peace. A little chilly. It was warm a couple days ago. Ho ho! Corporate greed has got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho! Corporate greed has got to go. Hey hey! Ho ho! Corporate greed has got to go. Hey. Well, it's 12:30 and as you can see behind me, there's been a lot more turnout at the Occupy protest here in Lake Tahoe. We certainly don't have 99% of Lake Tahoe up here at Occupy yet, but we did get a dozen or so people for the Occupy protest, and check out what they had to say. What do you think about the 99% movement?
I think that it's about time.
Yeah?
That we all stood up for our rights. That we have been oppressed for too long. That these corporations are just squashing America.
How do you feel about the Occupy movement?
I feel good about this movement. This is what we need. We don't need a bunch of loud talkers in Washington telling us how to live our lives, first of all.
Yep.
We are really the foundation of America.
Our street.
How do I feel about Occupy? I think Occupy is a great movement, you know, people for people, and the government's really been giving us like underpaid people. It's really been hard to go up, and like because we keep going down, and the house mortgages are so expensive. Can't even have a house, can't even pay for it. So I'm traveling and barely scraping by, but still. Hopefully the movement progresses more. I actually led a march in Eugene, and we went down to Davis, and they were really underdeveloped as an Occupy,
yeah.
and we really got them motivated. We actually helped them increase by maybe 200%. So I'm going to Occupy there. What?
Was the Davis Occupy about tuition at the school being increased by 80%?
Yeah, that was another thing. The tuition is going up, and like, what are they gonna spend it on? Like, are they gonna add more classes so you get your money worth out of it? It's like tuition's expensive. That's why I couldn't go to college. I wish I could. That'd be a great thing.
What do you think about the 99% movement?
Yeah, I actually don't believe in the distinction between the 1% and the 99% because I think that the real distinction is the middle class of America that's being gradually weeded out. And since that's a primary distinction, that there is such an entity as the middle America, the Occupy movement, in a way, causes people to look at the Occupy people as the 1% and everyone else as the 99%. So it's important not to ignore the distinction that there is still a middle America.
How do you feel about the Occupy movement?
I'm a representative. I get one vote. Don't have enough money for my guy to listen to me very much. I wish he did. Doesn't seem to represent me as well as I wish.
Yeah.
So, if I had more money, my Bentley over there, I could hawk that and get some influence maybe.
How do you feel about the Occupy movement?
At the stage in this country where basically elections are bought. Not only that, we start 2 years, even 3 years before an election collecting money, which could go for much better causes, collecting the money to buy basically politicians, because if a large corporation is going to contribute to a politician, he's not going to vote against their interests, because he knows that in order to win an election, you have to have a lot of money.
How do you feel about the Occupy movement?
My greatest hope is that out of the Occupy movement comes a huge new wave of voters and a way to really affect change on a legislative level.
Yeah.
Our street.
Anything you care to say?
Well, just that it's our turn here now to occupy Tahoe, and I hope that this movement spreads like wildfire.
So how do you feel about the Occupy movement?
I think it's a great movement, and it's what we need in this country, and I'm not surprised it hasn't happened sooner, but I'm really glad to see this happening.
Once you leave that
So they say Occupy doesn't have any demands. If you could make any demands, what would they be?
Regulate the banks, Wall Street, everything that's gotten us into this mess.
So, how do you feel about the Occupy movement, and what are you here to protest for?
I care about the movement a great deal, and I've been worried for a long time that the young people of our country are working harder and harder, and it's more difficult every year for them to get ahead the way my generation was able to get ahead, because there's too much political and big business corruption. It's as simple as that.
Okay. So, how do you feel about the Occupy movement?
Well, the Occupy movement to me so far is not been defined, but it's definitely something I want to be a part of.
So, what do you really think?
Well, I think we're underrepresented as people.
Yeah.
I don't believe we truly run a democracy in the sense that I was taught that we do, as I was raised to believe. I think I don't quite have the same power that I should. I don't think any of us do, and I don't think we're represented. Is the possibility of Tea Partiers and occupiers getting along and working in unison?
Right, well, I thought there were some people who were, because I think this is really active.
I think so too.
We do have the majority of people that seem to be on the side, probably coming out, but there are people from both political groups that are joining.
Tell me, Gary, why have you showed up for the Occupy protest?
Because over the last, I don't know how old you are, but 10 years, 15 years ago, at various points, people have asked, where's the outrage? There's so much crap that's been going on for so long, it's now built up to the point, that's why the menu's so big. It's now built up to the point where you can't stand it anymore. The people in charge aren't paying attention, and that in turn, of course, results in congressional approval ratings of somewhere around 7% right now. And 93%, if 93% disagree or disapprove, well then obviously we're in serious trouble and somebody's going to have to say something about it.
Make a march in front of
Thank you. Keep Tahoe blue. Bye.